host of Let's Talk Teens, Dr. Kela Henry, board-certified family medicine physician, speaker, and award-winning author. Southern-born from Georgia and now practicing in the Atlanta area, Dr. Kela is a self-made, savvy, and trusted doctor.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Let's Talk Teens with Dr. Kela. And of course, I am your host, Dr. Kela, board certified family practitioner, speaker, and award-winning author of your favorite book, Nia and the Numbers Game, A Teenager's Guide to Education, Relationships, and Sex. Today, I want to talk about preventing obesity in teenagers. Now, I was a kid in the 1980s. And since that time, obesity rates in the United States in teenagers have tripled. So this is why it's important to discuss this topic. With teenagers, if they get to the point where they are medically obese, their risk for developing type 2 diabetes, developing heart disease, and other obesity-related diseases skyrockets. I had a patient earlier in my career who was 17 years old, and she weighed 317 pounds. That's why it's stuck in my mind. I had to diagnose her and put her on medication for both high blood pressure and diabetes. However, what I noticed is that her entire family was also obese. So I talked to all of them about changing their eating habits. Now, you've probably heard the saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that is so true when it comes to this topic. One of my cardiology colleagues said the youngest patient he ever treated for a heart attack was 16 years old and weighed over 400 pounds. So what can we do to prevent obesity from happening in our teenagers in the first place? Well, number one is getting active. We should have a goal of a bare minimum of 4 hours of exercise per week. So look at it this way, just 1 hour of moderate physical activity 4 days out of the week. And you may think, oh, that sounds like a lot, Dr. Kela, but actually it's not. We each have 168 hours in a week, and I'm asking for only 4 hours out of 168. It's worth it for your health. The second thing, of course, is eating healthier. So instead of soda pop, hey, let's drink water. Instead of M&M candies and cookies, let's reach for healthier snacks. Let's get some fruit in there. Eat some plums, some grapes, some raisins and nuts. And I've already talked about that in the past few weeks in terms of healthy eating. Now I want to talk to the parents, the moms and dads who may be listening. You know, your teenagers, honestly, they depend on you in terms of bringing the food into the house because you are doing the grocery shopping. So it's imperative that you be the role model. After all, you are your children's first role model. It's not Beyonce, it's not other athletes like LeBron James, it's you. And so for parents, please keep the refrigerator stocked with healthy fruits, vegetables, and snacks. To this very day, my mom has a fruit bowl on the dining room table. So when I go home to visit her, there's always apples, oranges, bananas, and sometimes grapes in that fruit bowl. And my mom actually reminds me to get a serving of fruit. Another thing I want to say to parents, this is a recommendation, you don't necessarily have to take it, but I would invest in a juicer and one of those high-tech blenders like the Ninja. And no, the Ninja company is not paying me to recommend their product. But this is an easy way for your teenagers to get the 4 to 5 recommended daily servings of fruits and vegetables. So one of the things that I make as a smoothie, I put bananas, blueberries, some ice, milk, and my protein powder in my Ninja and make a smoothie out of that. Also, I make juices sometimes with carrots, apple, and ginger. So this way you're getting some of those fruits and vegetable servings without having to think, oh, I've got to eat a salad or I've got to eat an apple. Okay, that's two. How do I get my third, fourth, and fifth serving? You can throw all of these fruits and vegetables together and make a smoothie out of it, and you're getting your servings for the day. Now, you may be thinking, well, Dr. Kela, my kids are active. They're getting the exercise in. I go and watch my kids participate in their baseball or soccer games. However, what's at the concession stands, right? Hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, fries, all kinds of junk food. So if you haven't had time to meal prep before going to support your youngster at their sporting events, again, just be very mindful of deliberately choosing the water instead of the Coke. Another way to prevent obesity is limiting screen time. Outside of what your children have to do for homework, I say we need to unplug from the computers and the phones after a maximum of 2 hours in the day of screen time, and that's being on social media. Obviously, I would like for your teenager to see Let's Talk Teens, but I'm only on for a few minutes. The reason for this is because excessive screen time means what? Your teenager's not exercising. Also, your teenager is more susceptible, as we all are, to media manipulation when we're spending a lot of time in front of the television. Have you ever noticed that when you watch a sitcom or whatever kind of TV show, there are so many commercials for food, pizza, soft drinks, you name it. And if you're bored, as opposed to really hungry, that deal at the local pizza place for the large pizza with all the unlimited toppings, a 2-liter Coke, and some hot wings sounds great for only $19.99, right? But do you really need that? One of the things that you can do as a parent is encourage your teenager to only eat when they're actually hungry. And then last but not least, do your best, I would say at least once a week, and more often if you can, to eat together as a family. This is something that I actually grew up doing, and we still do it now when I go to my hometown to visit with my mom and my stepfather. We sit down together as a family and we eat and have Sunday dinner. This encourages everyone to actually savor their food and to eat more slowly and enjoy the dinner. Enjoy the food that they're eating and not just shoveling it in their mouth and hurrying off to do something else. So just to recap, making sure that you're stocking your refrigerator and pantry with fresh fruits, vegetables, and healthy snacks. Encouraging your teenager to get at least 4 hours of exercise, moderate exercise each week. So that's just an hour, 4 days out of the week. Also, eat only when you're hungry, and try to enjoy a family meal together. Well, that concludes this week's edition of Let's Talk Teens with Dr. Kela. I will see you all next week. Bye now.